I bought a new house in the small town of Winthrop. The house was cheap, but the most important part was that I needed to get away from the city. A few months ago, I had a run-in with a stalker while I managed to get him arrested. I couldn't shake the feeling of eyes just constantly watching me. I felt like there were eyes everywhere, at home and on the streets. So I decided to move out into the country to somewhere with less people, just for peace of mind. The house itself was big and somewhat old, but otherwise it was very welcoming. The agent who introduced me to the house had been required to mention that a serial killer had lived here in the past, which was why the house was so cheap. However, he and later my next door neighbor Sarah both told me to pay the thought no mind. Four other owners had lived in the house since then, and all of them were very happy with it. I loved the house. Its interior furnishings was beautiful and very comfortable. The people of Winthrop were friendly, often beginning over freshly baked pastries or inviting me over for dinner get-togethers. They said were the keys to make sure everyone who lived in Winthrop loved it here. Yet after a week, I stopped loving it. The feeling of someone watching returned, worse than before. I tried to ignore it, but soon I started losing sleep. Giant bags grew under my eyes, and I began yawning almost as much as I breathed. Sarah was kind enough to let me stay in her house for a few nights. It was during this time that I heard the legend of Forrest Carter, the serial killer who had lived in my house. While no one knows his exact kill count, Carter, also known as the Winthrop Peacock, was a man with extremely severe case of narcissism. Legend said that he couldn't fall asleep if he didn't feel like he was being watched. He was finally arrested for putting up a scarecrow to watch him during the night. Only it wasn't a scarecrow. Carter had murdered a 17-year-old girl just so her corpse could stare at him. The story gave me shivers, and after I went home, I felt like there were hundreds of pairs of eyes just watching me, no matter how I turned. Today, however, was the first day that I acted out. I was cooking the breakfast when I felt the eyes. Instinctively, out of fear, I threw my kitchen knife, which lost into the wall. As I pulled it out, I found myself staring at a pair of eyes pickling in formaldehyde. I have been watching the police peel away the drywall of my house for hours now. So far, they have found 142 pairs of eyes in the little glass jars. The scariest thing is, each and every one was staring at me. That is all for today. You can send your personal paranormal experience to us via mail. That is unsolved.mail@gmail.com. And don't forget to drop a like. If you have any comment or any video request, let us know in the comment box. We'll try to reply all of you. Subscribe to our channel and stay tuned for the scariest videos. Follow us on Instagram and Twitter, and like on our Facebook page too. Social links and email is given below in the description box. Don't overthink about ghosts. Just move on, keeping them unsolved.